Hey, get in my way and try to block me, I'ma show aggression. Slide on your block like Danny Glover with a lethal weapon. I fucked your thought, she gave me top, I guess that's my confession. Got no regrets, I made mistakes, but I learned from my lessons. Trapping by the stoop, villains pull up to the coupe. My car ain't got no roof, thought this shit was bulletproof. I can't feel my face, smoking no.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? We are back. We're going to be previewing the NFL Week 12, some college football stuff, and some recently breaking news about the Jets. So I want to look back at that press conference with Zach Wilson, and we will talk about what's going on with Zach Wilson and the New York Jets.
Did the guys get rattled by it, given as many times they got into the backfield?
I don't think necessarily. Kind of just taking it one play at a time. We'll go watch the film and see.
Is this game harder to move past because of how much? First place was on the line. It's the Patriots, wanting to revenge after last year and earlier this year. Does this one sting more? Like you lost it the way you lost it.
Yeah, it sucks to lose always, but we got a lot of season left, so we're gonna move on and try and get better.
Thanks. As an offense, though, when you guys are only able to score 3 points, the defense only lets up 3 points. Do you feel like you let the defense down at all?
No.
Thank you. Room's open.
Okay, so Zach Wilson, just today breaking, got benched. So we didn't know who was going to come in for him. We didn't know if it was going to be Joe Flacco, Mike White, or whoever. Well, breaking, it is Mike White. He did really good on his first couple NFL games. Let me look at this. Mike White. I know he did really good versus the Bengals. I don't think he did very good versus the versus the Patriots. He didn't do good versus the Bills, or maybe he did good versus the Patriots because I remember they were down in that game. So it's from Mike White. All right, I'll pull up his stats real quick. We can go here. All right, so we're going to go to Mike White here. He's going to be the starting quarterback. Last year, he had 953 yards, 5 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. I think the 8 interceptions came from the Bills game, maybe. Yeah, so he played in part of New England or all of New England, maybe. Some pretty solid stats besides the touchdown interception ratio. That Cincinnati game, 37. Wow, 405 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, still throwing the picks. But he's definitely a better quarterback than Zach Wilson, I think. Definitely a better quarterback than Zach Wilson. I just, looking just from that, because I remember last year he's blowing up. So, yeah. So, Mike White's going to be the starter for the New York Jets. That's cool and all. I don't know how he'll do. And we'll preview the games, go into them a little bit later on. So, let's talk a little bit college football. We'll talk a little bit of college football, and we'll talk about some of the games, some big games, and so on and so forth. So I want to talk about Michigan, Ohio State last. Right now we are going to talk about some of the bigger games. So we got Florida playing FSU. Got Michigan, Ohio State. TCU is who's TCU playing? Okay, Iowa. Okay, TCU is playing Iowa. I expect TCU to win that, and then you got Michigan, Ohio State, of course. So it'll be unreal. Yeah, and that's all I really want to talk about because Georgia's going to hold that 1 seed for a while, probably until college football playoff because I don't see any other teams that are competing with them currently. I don't. That's about it. For that, let's get into Michigan and Ohio State. All right, so we are back. We're going to preview Michigan, Ohio State. That is going to be one crazy game. It'll be in the horseshoe at Ohio State. I talked about it a little bit in our last podcast. So I totally forgot to get the clip from the last podcast, but that is fine. So actually, I could probably show you. Just give me 5 seconds. We'll be right back.
Hey, 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 get in my way and try to block me, I'ma show aggression. Slide on your block like Danny Glover with a lethal weapon. I fucked your thought, she gave me top, I guess that's my confession. Got no regrets, I made mistakes, but I learned from my lessons. Trapping by the stove, villains pull up to the coupe. My car ain't got no roof, thought this shit was bulletproof. I can't feel my face, smoking no.
In the early fourth quarter of the South Carolina game. So now Tennessee, probably aren't going to win their bowl game now. and there's a serious chance that they might lose to Vanderbilt next week, which I know everybody would lose their mind if Vanderbilt did that. Shout out to Vanderbilt, though. Back-to-back SEC wins. They got their first SEC.
All right, so cannot find the clip. I'm looking for the clip, but that is fine. We won't worry about it. So yeah, Michigan, Ohio State. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a tough game. I want Michigan to win, but Ohio State may win. If Michigan loses and USC ends up going into the Pac-12 championship and winning there, then it'll be a good matchup, and I believe that USC will be in the playoff if they win that. So let's just real quickly get into this. I don't have a lot of time, so we are going to. It's kind of why I'm rushing through. We're going to talk about NFL games, the next NFL week, and we'll be going through all of these and figuring it out. So we're looking at here the NFL games. So we got Buffalo, Detroit, New York Giants, and Dallas, New England, etc., etc. So I want to go over the Thanksgiving games and then some of the bigger key games, I believe. So Buffalo and Detroit should be a good game. I would not be surprised if Buffalo pulls it out here. Buffalo is not a bad team. Detroit's not a bad team. Their defense isn't the best, but I believe that their offense can keep up with the Bills. And if their defense can get some key stops, I believe that they can beat the Bills. I don't really trust the Bills. Normally, I would think that the Bills would beat the Lions, but the Lions look good this year on offense. It's that defense that really isn't, doing great. I mean, we saw what they did to the Giants, so we'll see how that goes with them. And and so I think, I don't know, I really think that the Lions could pull this out and get the win here. Next up, let's go New York and Dallas. Another good game, NFC East divisional matchup. So with how the Cowboys play, I don't know what Cowboys are going to show up. If it's the Vikings Cowboys, they're not. Giants are not going to be able to keep up. If it is the Green Bay Packers, Dallas Cowboys, I don't think that the Giants will be able to keep up. I believe the Giants will, be able to keep up if Cowboys play like they did versus the Packers. So, it depends on who does what, but I would take Dallas to win here just because I feel like they're the better team. The Giants are kind of losing their steam, I guess. So, next up, we got New England and Minnesota. So, New England's going in. They have a great defense. Offense, not that great. I'm going to take Minnesota just because I feel like New England's defense is going to get after them. It'll be more of a low-scoring game, but I believe the Vikings offense will be able to pick it up a little bit more than the Patriots because I don't think that the Patriots are that great offensively wise with Mac Jones. Let's go into some key games. I want to talk about Chicago, New York, just for the whole fact of Zach Wilson. So we won't see a Zach Wilson Justin Fields matchup. We're going to see a Mike White Justin Fields matchup. I don't know who wins this one. It depends on how Mike White plays. If he plays like he did versus the Bengals last year, then it'll be a close game. If he plays like they did versus the Bills, I don't think that they're gonna do well. It's all up to how he plays and see how it goes. I want to see Cincinnati, Tennessee. That'll be a good game. just to see where the Bengals are at compared to one of these top teams. I don't think the Bengals are really that great of a team. I mean, they're okay, but I feel like they're missing Jamar Chase right now. So, yeah, and we'll see. We'll just see how they can compete, and we'll see how Tennessee does in this rematch. Any other games? Yeah, I don't really see anything else. Pittsburgh, Indy. That's not really. It's like they're a little. All right, so that's really all about. That's all I got for this. So, yeah, these it's gonna be kind of crazy watching all these games, these Thanksgiving games. So, if you're traveling, stay safe. So, I'm out of here.
Okay, she keep going, she keep